Kansas and Duke.
Duke starting off in man-to-man, and the key matchup is right with the ball out front. Devon Dotson, number 1, going against Tre Jones, number 3 in white.
Marcus Garrett drives and misses, and here comes Duke. And Duke starting Jones along with Jordan Goldwire in the backcourt tonight.
That's an excellent defensive backcourt. The issue is how many points can they score, and will they be able to stretch the defense?
That is Matthew Hurt, one of the prized freshmen of the Duke program. Misses when Kansas goes big, and they're big right now with David McCormick out there. It's a challenge for Hurt on McCormick. It's a challenge for McCormick on Hurt. And how about the backdoor feed as Azubuike finds O.J. Agbaji, and Kansas scores first.
Just a beautiful backdoor, taking advantage of the overplay and eliminating help. That's what Bill Self and his staff work with their team on in order to take advantage of Duke's pressure defense.
Stanley and Agbaji, two great athletes. Stanley, no. And the rebound is ripped down by McCormick.
Boy, how about that outlet pass by McCormick?
A Kansas team that had won 14 consecutive Big 12 regular season titles until last year, looking to start a new streak this season.
A really good defense by Cassius Stanley to come over from the weak side and take that pass away.
Dotson is second game tonight. Can't get much better than that.
Well, Cassius Winston, I think the best point guard in the country all around. The best passer, can score.
Hurt, step back over McCormick, and he knocks it down.
Boy, what a beautiful shot by Matthew Hurt. There you can see his versatility. Got right into the chest of McCormick, kind of knocked him back, and then faded away.
McCormick not looking for that 17-footer. They're going to pound it in at every opportunity to Azubuike.
Azubuike double-teamed when he caught it. He's got to do something quick with that. Kick it back out in the immediate attack.
Garrett. And remember that point last year, they had some injuries. Garrett became a much bigger part of the offense, mostly doing that, getting downhill.
Well, he's a right-hand driver, and he oftentimes will drive off of Devon Dotson's penetration. But you got to take that right-hand drive away from him.
Hurt for three.
Boy, how good is that? I mean, just a little jab step and knocked the shot. Now, the first shot he took almost broke the backboard, and the last two have been spectacular.
So he's gotten over the jitters. Took him about 30 seconds to get over the jitters.
Yeah, he got over in a big way, but you're going to see a lot of that. He just knows how to play.
And he was heavily recruited, well, by everybody, but Kansas, a guy who can score from three, they can start him off at the elbow, run some offense through him there.
Here's the other guy at the elbow, Vernon Carey, a lefty who can play both inside and out.
6'10", 270, but with some range.
Wondered where the points were going to come from. Looked like they found it.
Dotson turns it over. He's caught behind the play. 5-on-4. Tre Jones pulls up for three.
Well, Dotson looked like he tried to seek out contact instead of just lay that ball in with your right hand. Why are you trying to go to the other side when you're going into the contact? Take the easiest path and the easiest shot. Here comes the double team. Good dive.
We'll look at the Duke freshmen, and some of them will compare them to last year's freshman class, which of course is totally unfair. Zion Williamson and R.J. Barrett in particular came in, you know, mature and
there's better. Yeah, there's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are lottery picks, and I'm not sure there's a lottery pick, at least right now, among this class, but they're first rounders and good players.
And another turn
to the basket, just going up and dominating.
You know, and again, so many programs are used to starting off with an easier game than what these four teams are going to see here tonight. What a follow there by Alex O'Connell, but neither he nor Moore could get it to go.
This Duke team has a lot of different options. It's going to be interesting to see how it formulates a rotation over time.
Good no call there in the finish by Dotson.
Well, he is a courageous driver.
Moore getting down the court in a hurry, but can't get it to go.
And Kansas has to continue to attack the paint, not just getting the ball into the big guys, but driving it.
Agbaji trying to do it. Good D there by DeLaurier. Azubuike, nobody to pass to. And he's ball for the first time, and Kansas goes with a smaller lineup for the first time with DeSosa the 5. And four basically perimeter players out there along with them. Cassius Stanley. Got a Cassius in each game tonight with Winston coming in game 2.
Zion Williamson last year broke a record for vertical leap with 45 inches. And the record seemed like it wouldn't be broken. It's broken in a year by Cassius Stanley, went 46.
Yeah, you can say it. Zion Williamson broke your record.
More players available. Maybe it'll be different this year throughout the course of the year. But my guess is it'll be trimmed down a little bit.
Christian Brown, a freshman from Burlington, Kansas, into the game for the Jayhawks. Nice save by Stanley. Penetration in the lay-in for O'Connell.
Alex O'Connell is a big key to Duke's success this year because he shoots the ball so well. He's a good athlete, and he's got experience. He's got to play consistent minutes if Duke's going to be a top team.
Brown driving on Hurt, forced it up, and the rebound to Carey.
So far, Duke has forced Kansas into some uncharacteristic shots and some bad ones. Looks like a walk there they got away with.
And Goldwire will reset. So no Trey Jones in the game right now.
Really, Duke's pressure has affected Kansas. They've not gotten the shot they want.
Carey,
A very long list. Trey Jones and Jordan Goldwire, neither one of them are really consistent perimeter shooters, but they're just so good defensively, as they've proven early on in this game. So they're just trying to spread it out, go with a little ball screen continuity.
more space and let athletes be athletic out there on the floor.
Out of bounds underneath, Duke going with a 2-3 zone on the out of bounds under, which it did a lot last year.
Agbaji knocks down the three.
There's something.
Tied at 15. Dan Schulman, Jay Billis, Holly Rowe, Kansas, and Duke, with Kentucky and Michigan State still to come. Stanley inside, too far for Hurt.
I guess there was a contest during the break, during the timeout, and the bat was used, and it just stayed out there. But now Kansas starting to heat up. Kansas didn't make a shot during their shoot around today. They were clanging it all over the place. Now Tristan Enaruna, first it was Ochai Agbaji, and Bill Self was telling Agbaji, quit trying to guide the ball and just shoot it. And he shot it on that one. So did Enaruna.
Jones too strong. Bill does, anything under his breath in Dutch about Bill Self or to Bill Self. He kind of just smirked and walked away. So I took that as a yes.
Bill Self majored in Dutch at Oral Roberts, and then Oklahoma State.
What a steal by Trey Jones. Moore in transition. McCormick.
Play.
You can't do it any better than that. And now we got it for Kansas.
And Kansas really going a little bit smaller with 4 round one and ratcheting up the defensive pressure. It's like the cone of silence.
Azubuike is not imaginary, as he is called. A possible 60-year can really play 4 different spots for Bill Self. He'll be the backup point guard. He'll get the ball when Dotson's not in the game.
Kansas back with 2 big guys, with DeSosa and Azubuike.
Moore and Enaruna, 15-footer over him, and Enaruna got a piece of it.
Another tough shot.
Agbaji lays it in. Said he has to be their go-to scorer on the wing this year to complement Dotson on the outside and Azubuike on the inside.
And Agbaji averaged 20 points a game in the 2 exhibitions. He had 21 and 19. And shot the ball pretty well from 3. He was 8 of 15 in those 2 games from 3.
Jack White with a drive, turns it over, and then Kansas gives it right back.
That was a poor decision.
And they did reset the shot clock there. 11 turnovers now committed by the Jayhawks in 12.5 minutes.
And there's a difference in not having a true point guard on the floor for Kansas. Marcus Garrett playing the point. He was taking off in transition instead of coming back to secure the ball from his big guy. And that led to the turnover. Devon Dotson at the scorer's table to come back in.
And Aruna with a drive, and he's had an impressive first few minutes.
Boy, too easy to get all the way to the rim with nobody stepping in front.
And he almost forced another turnover. Azubuike couldn't come up with a loose ball. Now he's got White on him.
And that they're invading.
Yes.
I think they're just joining us.
Invasion is the theme of the night. Unintentionally.
They invaded the cylinder.
Yes, unintentionally and regrettably. How about that try by Trey Jones to put Duke back on top?
Really, this has been a game of some very good plays and a lot of questionable turnovers. And if Kansas can clean up this turnover fest that they feel. I don't think that word means what you think it means.
By the way, we're going to see Adlon Gilder back up in Alaska.
Yes.
So get ready for that.
Florin and Gilder?
Yes. Delorier into Hurt. Hurt again. Delorier gets it. Players that he's got on this team, like Delorier and Jack White, who along with Trey Jones are the co-captains.
Has to have those guys. Their leadership, even though they're not the best players, their leadership is vital for these young guys.
And Aruna thought about it, passed up a decent shot.
Another turnover.
Wow.
And that's going for round one with only one big guy in.
They are fortunate to only be down 5. Nice.
Might be more than that.
Hurt misses an open 17.
Did look like a foul in live action. That must have been a tough one if they're given that kind of reaction. We'll take a look at it in a bit.
Dotson turns the corner and is fouled on the drive.
Alfonso Ellis may be the nicest man on the planet. We will knock that out of him by week 3.
White looking inside. And Hurt defended well by Garrett, who's given up some size down there, too. O'Connell, deflected pass. Jones, short on the 3.
Somebody's got to come back for the ball. You know, the 2 point guards, Devon Dotson and Marcus Garrett, neither one was really playing the point on that possession.
Well, Alex O'Connell is playing hard here in the first half. He has done a lot of good things for Duke. Stanley turns it over. Abaji.
Give it up.
Abaji to Dotson, and it goes.
Well, he can really finish for a little guy, can he? That ball should have been able to put on. They're only down a bucket. Only down a point.
With 1:15 to go in the first half. And
going with 2 up top, little horn set. That's going to open it up for a drive after the clear.
Shot fake by Abaji, misses the jumper. And out of the scrum comes Jones. 4 on 3. O'Connell from the wing, way short. Dotson with a pretty nifty crossover, but couldn't shake Jones. And then nearly another.
Give up an offensive rebound, still get the ball back.
I mean, 18 turnovers in
Crazy.
half of basketball.
It is crazy.
Yeah. About an 8-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
You know, you give credit to Duke's defense because the pressure has been terrific. But from the Kansas perspective, it has been careless. The Jayhawks have been careless.
Jones got the switch, can't get the shot off. He's got McCormick on him. Now he'll pull up for a 3.
Let him off the hook. He needs to drive that. Sessions. Although they're lucky they're not down way more than this.
Jones. And blockbuster. Again, Goldwire and Jones starting in the backcourt.
He's going to a little double stack low and then isolating Carey in the post. He's got to get the ball. He was open early.
As Azubuike starts the second half with 2 fouls. Carey almost turned it over.
Well, that was a really nice.
Big as Carey is, he's given up some size when he's trying to back down a guy like Azubuike.
There's shit go up. He doesn't need to dribble.
McCormick, tough catch. And tough finish.
Well, Kansas seems like they're resolute to get the ball inside. Try to put some fouls on this young Duke team and play from in the paint back out.
Matthew Hurt thinking about it and eventually just buries the 3. And here's the challenge for McCormick, having to guard out to the 3-point line.
Boy, it'd be a challenge for anybody. That little jab step, you move back a little bit, and Matthew Hurt's just going to pull up. It doesn't have to be a big move. It just gets you a little bit off balance. Nice dive.
Another touch, but an immediate double team.
Kansas has to keep better spacing, keep the floor spread.
Garrett behind the back and still gets it up on the rim, but it won't go down.
A good drive, but that time he had to do it to his left. He is more comfortable as a right-hand.
Jones goes left. Won gold in Canada the summer before last and self-recruited him hard, but one of the reasons evidently Hurt chose Duke was when Trey Jones was coming back. They had a relationship, both guys from Minnesota, and one of the reasons why Hurt chose to go to Durham.
Well, Kansas doing a better job keeping the floor spaced and moving the ball from side to side and taking advantage of some switches.
Hurt again, the kick to Goldwire. Goldwire had some good games for Duke last year. Remember the big comeback against Louisville and also against Carolina in the ACC tournament.
Yeah, Louisville only played about 10-12 minutes, but had about that. Kansas trying to not attack on the first side, but it's going to be second, third side.
Another backdoor cut. We saw that in the opening couple of minutes of the game.
Trying to take advantage of the overplay. Just get up into a little 1-4 set, eliminate help, and you got to have more pressure on the ball to take away that pass. Just a beautiful little pocket pass by Udoka Azubuike.
And again,
got a switch.
When Kansas hangs on to the ball, they're doing some good things.
Yeah, but they haven't been able to hang on to it, obviously, with almost 20 turnovers.
How about Goldwire looking for his, misses the three. The long
Chai Abaji with the easy dunk. Wide open underneath.
Azubuike eventually finds McCormick. They had to work hard, but they combined for a bucket.
Nobody rotated down, and Kansas able to take the lead, even with all these turnovers. Now Kansas resolute to get the ball inside. Use these big guys.
And Mike Krzyzewski's getting ready to bring a little more experience into the game. The drive by Hurt, the follow by Hurt. Kansas ball.
I'll tell you, they didn't get a bucket there, but Matthew Hurt knows how to play.
Nobody's guarding the big guy. Azubuike beats Duke down the floor.
And Duke not going to call a timeout. They're getting close to a media timeout. Mike Krzyzewski's just going to play through it.
Hurt wide open, around and out on the three.
See if Kansas tries to go inside again.
Good ball movement. Abaji with a high arcing. Champions Classic. Duke on a 10-1 run.
Kansas needs to get a good shot here. It has been back to the turnovers.
Jones sniffing out that back door right there, so Garrett takes it himself.
Much better job of keeping the floor spread and then attacking. Getting some backdoor cuts and then following it. Garrett is such a good right-hand driver. You have got to make him go left. He can go left, but just not as comfortable. Carey needs to get the ball. He was wide open.
Stanley got
To tell what's going to be Duke's best combination in a given game, but they certainly have a lot of options. It's just you don't have the option to just put the ball in somebody's hands like you did last year, and you know, Zion Williamson or R.J. Barrett are going to get you a bucket.
tipped away by Stanley, recovered by Dotson. In and out on the three. Look at the rebound by DeSouza. And on the
play in practice, but you have to play in games, and he's still really rusty and needs some game action before he's back to even where he was when he played in that Elite Eight game. That's such a great game against Duke a couple of years ago.
Had 10 rebounds in that game. A steal by Abaji. Going over the top for DeSouza. Undercrowd so well as you always do.
Yeah, or eye gouges in an invasion.
His invasion was so first half.
Boy, Anaruna should have been able to shoot the gap and take that the other way.
Good help. DeSouza came over to help Abaji. Kansas comes up with it. And oh, what anticipation by Jack White at the other end.
Well, the pass was too late. And Jack White read it beautifully to take it away. That should have been a bucket for Kansas. Instead, it turns into a three-point shot by Cassius Stanley and Duke. What a turnaround. A 5-point swing.
I would think Duke fans who have not seen these freshmen play at all yet are probably pretty excited about what they're seeing from Cassius. Down, and they won't get it off.
Justin Thomas, an Alabama Crimson Tide, comes from Louisville.
Hurt back into the game.
You think Woodland and Thomas were watching the first half going, dude, we don't hit the ball out of bounds as often as you guys turned it over. Like, really?
That's right. Kansas looking to take the lead back here in spite of all these turnovers.
They did 1-4 set, now fade screen. They didn't get the backdoor cut, but now the ball's moving side to side. There it is. Really well done to get the ball inside.
Azubuike kicks it right back out. 5 to shoot. Gets it back. Now he's got a problem. And it'll be another shot clock violation.
With the pin pulled out with a couple seconds left, and yet another turnover. They're going to have 30 turnovers by the end of this game.
And when you're as big as he is, you're going to see an instant double team almost every single time you catch the ball. Moore keeps the dribble alive, finds the Laurier, swatted away. I think it was Garrett.
McCormick on.
5 to shoot. Jones the drive. Lost it.
Nowhere to go, just big bodies.
Ooh. And nearly a giveaway in the backcourt. Over the top. Maybe a little push off there by it. And they're up by 2, and they're on their feet.
27 turnovers, up by 2. I don't think that's ever been said in a game before.
Carey going to work.
Got the foul on as Devon Dotson comes back and gets the ball. He's got to run the point. He's been looking to get down the floor so he can try to get some early offense, but he's got to run the team. Got the switch now. He's got Hurt on him.
Long jumper. McCormick won't go down. Corner 3 and a big one for Hurt.
He is a difference maker. I think this last 340, Duke's got to look more to him to let him touch the ball and let him take on one of these Kansas big guys, make them guard him.
And McCormick having trouble staying with him out beyond the arc. Garrett the drive. The timeout came at a good time for KU. 1 of 2 to tie. Well, somebody's getting a loss here tonight, but you can't lose a season in 1 game here in college basketball, and that's what makes this event so great. I mean, remember last year, remember what happened to Kentucky here in this event in any Big Ten, and they could wind up playing Kansas out in Maui. So they might play all 3 other programs who are here in the first as well. Inside 3 minutes to go in a tie. Dotson gets by Jones and lays it in with a left hand.
Boy, what a beautiful drive and finish. Just bounces off of people and will not take his eyes off that rim. Just a beautiful left-handed layup.
Hurt little stutter step, kicks it out.
I think Hurt's got to touch the ball more.
Stanley driving by Agbaji, and he